Douglas Alexander.
I don't think the end of the News of the World is the end of this story. What people want and demand after the revelations this week is surely not the change of a title, but the change of a culture. It is simply beneath contempt what we've discovered seem to be happening in the newsrooms of the News of the World in the course of the last few days. I deal with service personnel and their families in my constituency. I've travelled to Afghanistan. The idea that after somebody gets the knock on the door in the morning that they most fear, or the telephone call late at night, that they were having their phones hacked by journalists for profit and for stories, is obscene. And that's why I think there has been revulsion from the British public, from some of the most trusted brands in Britain, which forced the News of the World to act today. But I don't think this is the end of the story, because I think there needs to be responsibility from the most senior leadership of News of the World. And I think, frankly, many in the public are concerned as to whether politicians themselves now have the capability of dealing with this on their own. And that's why I supported the call that Ed Miliband's made for a full public inquiry, led by a judge, with the ability to compel even the most senior witnesses to appear before them, so that we can get answers about the ethics and practices that were happening, I fear, not just in one newsroom, but potentially in other newspapers as well.
Okay. There are a number of points there which we'll have plenty of time to talk about, I've no doubt. But the question was whether it's a cynical attempt to insulate News Corporation. Do you think that's what it was? The closure of the News of the World?
Quite possibly, but actually it needs to be the first step in a much more fundamental change. And if they're not prepared to change, I think a public inquiry is needed to force them to change.